You ever stop and wonder what actually holds our society together? I mean, it's not just the big, obvious laws, right? Turns out there's this kind of hidden network of invisible rules we follow every single day, usually without even thinking about it. But what happens when you start to, well, see them? Let's find out. We're going to experience the world through someone else's eyes for a bit. Okay, so let's meet our guide for this. His name is Arif, and he's an international student. His journey is basically going to be our lens, a way for us to see these hidden structures that shape, well, everything we do. No, seriously, think about it for a second. How you wait for your coffee in the morning, how you cross the street, none of that is random. It's not just a habit, it's all part of this bigger picture, this kind of unspoken agreement that we all just share. So, to really get this, we're just going to walk through a totally normal day with Arif. But here's the cool part. By paying super close attention, he starts to uncover something, well, pretty extraordinary about the world around him and about how we all behave together. So here's the roadmap for Arif's day. Looks pretty simple, right? Wake up, bus, work, dorm. But what you're gonna see is that every single one of these steps is guided by a different set of these invisible rules. Let's jump in, starting from the moment he wakes up. All right, so the journey kicks off the second he opens his eyes. I mean, even before he's left his room, Arif is already dealing with these systems that are just designed to help people live together without, driving each other crazy.
The first one's a pretty obvious one. It's a formal, written rule in his dorm: quiet hours. It's a simple deal everyone in the community makes: be quiet at night. And the benefit? Super clear. Everybody gets to sleep. It's a really straightforward system that's just there for everyone's comfort.
Okay, but then things start to get a little more interesting. Think about this. At the bus stop, there are no signs, no officials telling you to stand in line. It's an unwritten public rule. You might call it a social norm. We just do it. We follow it because we all have this shared, unspoken idea of what's orderly and what's not. And this right here, this gets to the real heart of it. It's not just about being efficient. It's about a feeling, a shared sense of fairness. When everyone respects the line, it kind of rebuilds our trust in each other, in the community. It's like this tiny daily handshake deal we make with complete strangers. So, okay, we've got community rules, some written down, some not, but what about our own personal role in all this? This next piece of the puzzle is all about our personal duties, the choices we make to actually contribute to the whole thing. So Arif's on the bus, and he wants to watch a video. Now, there's no law, no specific rule that says he has to use headphones, but he does. And that's a personal choice, right? A duty he takes on just to be considerate. It's different from standing in line. That's about order. This is about actively making a shared space better for everyone. Kind of like when you wipe down the counter in a shared kitchen. It's a small thing that just keeps things peaceful. All right, so we've got social norms and personal duties. Now let's pull the camera back a bit. Let's zoom out and look at the biggest systems of them all, the official laws and procedures that run our society on a huge scale. And here's how you can tell them apart. It's pretty simple. A public rule, like waiting in line for the bus, is enforced by social pressure. You get the look if you cut. But a law, like stopping at a red light, that's backed up by actual penalties, like a ticket. They both create order, for sure, but laws are really about something much more basic, keeping all of us safe and secure. And these systems of trust, they pop up everywhere: school, work, you name it. At school, for instance, there's this unwritten rule that asking for help is not a sign of weakness. Actually, it's a huge part of how you're supposed to learn. Or think about work. Clocking in and out isn't just about your boss keeping tabs on you. It's a system of trust. It protects you and it protects your boss, making sure you get paid fairly for the work you do. So after seeing all these little things all day long, in his dorm, on the bus, at school, at his job, it all clicks for Arif. He has this big aha moment. He realizes all these different threads, they're not separate. They all weave together to make one single fabric. And this is the big takeaway. Our sense of freedom, it doesn't come from having no rules. It actually comes from all these interlocking systems working the way they're supposed to. They create this invisible framework that just lets our day and our whole society run smoothly. So this is the definition Arif kind of figures out. A system isn't some cold, robotic thing. It's just the combination of all these agreements we make with each other. The big ones, the small ones, the written ones, and the unwritten ones. It's almost like a form of collective brain power that we all tap into. So here's how it all breaks down. Looking back on his day, Arif can now see the 3 different kinds of systems he was moving through. You've got your formal laws, like traffic signals. Then you've got your public rules, like standing in line. And finally, you have your personal duties, like using headphones. Each one has its own important job to do. And, this is the real payoff. Understanding this invisible framework isn't about feeling trapped by rules. It's actually really empowering. For Arif, just knowing how things work brings this sense of calm, of safety. It takes away the anxiety of not knowing what to do and replaces it with the comfort of knowing what to expect. So here's a little challenge for you. As you go about your day tomorrow, try to see it. Try to spot this invisible framework all around you. Notice the systems that are working, and maybe think about what happens when they break down. What's one system that you rely on every single day, but that you've never really seen until now?